весовая категория. И атакует в том числе и в туловище. 26 боев.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to experience the raw power, the lightning-fast reflexes, and the intense drama of this sweet science. Welcome to the boxing world, where every punch packs a punch, and every bout is a battle for glory. But hold on tight, because this sport is not for the faint of heart. This video takes you on a heart-pumping journey through some of the most shocking moments in boxing history. We're talking about moments so intense, you'll feel like you're right in the ring with the fighters. From near misses to close calls, we'll showcase just how risky and unpredictable this sport can be. So put on your boxing gloves and get ready for an adrenaline rush, because we're about to dive into the terrible fate of fighters. Before I start, I would like to remind you, if you're new to my channel, to subscribe so that you don't miss any exciting videos. Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to take you to the ring, where Mexican warrior Alfredo Angulo went toe-to-toe with the talented Erislandy Lara. These two fighters gave it their all, and Angulo showed a lot of guts and determination, even though Lara's clever counters knocked him down twice. But the real shocker came in the 10th round. Angulo's left eye socket was hit hard by Lara's punch, and the Mexican warrior turned his back to show that he was giving up. But it wasn't just the submission that had everyone talking. It was the state of Angulo's eyebrow, which looked like something straight out of a prehistoric movie. Fans everywhere were on the edge of their seats, worrying about the state of Angulo's eye, and the possibility of shattered bones and a threat to his brain. But after a thorough medical check, we're happy to report that Angulo has been given the green light to fight again. Now you're about to see one of the most exciting and memorable moments in the history of boxing. Back in July 2011, Delvin Rodriguez and Paul Volak went head-to-head in an epic 10-round battle that left everyone talking. Volak fought with determination and heart, even though he was fighting with only one eye for the majority of the match. And by the end of it, his face had swollen horribly on one side. But the valiant Pole refused to give up and continued to bring the heat round after round. Just imagine going aggressive with a taller opponent and still managing to put in your own share of rounds through sheer grit and determination. It's truly remarkable. But the question remains, what kind of toll did that intense battle take on Volak? Well, the fans didn't have time to wait long for the answer, as the highly anticipated rematch between Rodriguez and Volak was scheduled for December 2011 as part of the Miguel Cotto vs. Antonio Magrito II pay-per-view. And this time, Rodriguez came out on top with a lopsided ruling. Volak's career as a boxer ended after that fight, which was one of the best in his life. But the memory of his bravery and determination will live on forever in the hearts of boxing fans everywhere. Erik Morales' fight against Marcos Maidana was a thriller. The boxing world was on the edge of its seats as the Mexican legend stepped into the ring with the young and powerful Maidana. Despite dropping 5 of his last 9 fights, Morales was a legend, and fans couldn't help but be worried about his health. But the first round started, and Maidana was already closing in on Morales' eye. The swelling grew worse and worse as the fight went on, but the wily challenger refused to back down. He fought until the very end, even with his eyes swollen shut. The match was the epitome of boxing, showcasing the best and worst of the sport. Even though Morales lost in a close decision, he left fans with a lasting impression with his unwavering determination and bravery when things didn't go his way. In September 2006, 2 unbeatable boxers faced off in a legendary bout that will go down in history. Edison Miranda was the hard-hitting powerhouse, while Arthur Abraham was the defending champion. In round 5, there was a lot of chaos, including a headbutt from Miranda that cost him 2 points and a punch that broke Abraham's jaw. Even though Abraham was hurt, he didn't give up and kept fighting for all 7 rounds. The medical staff told Abraham to stop the fight because of the dangerous injury, but Abraham was more determined to win. He emerged victorious, clinching the win through a unanimous decision. Abraham showed his strength by coming back from a broken jaw, and he went on to win other important fights, including a rematch with Miranda, which ended in a technical knockout for Abraham. The bout was a testament to the courage and determination of two boxing greats. Picture this. There's a fight between two boxers, and one of them is left with a piece of their ear hanging off. That's exactly what happened when Sebastian Lujan stepped into the ring with Antonio Margarito in 2005. Margarito, who is known for his strong hooks, hit Lujan on the side of the head for most of the fight, and it wasn't long before the blood started to flow from a cut above Lujan's ear. By the time the 10th round rolled around, Lujan's ear was practically detached from his head. The fight was stopped due to a technical knockout, and Lujan was left with a brutal injury that sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Of course, it's worth mentioning that Margarito's victories have been met with skepticism ever since he was caught using illegal hand wraps before his fight with Shane Mosley in 2009. With the extra strength that these hand wraps provided, it's not hard to imagine how a simple slap could have caused Lujan's ear to come close to being ripped off. Exciting, right? The Sobral versus Heath fight at UFC 74 will go down as one of the most intense battles in mixed martial arts history. With a heated rivalry leading up to the bout, fans were eagerly awaiting for the fireworks to start. The first round was a bit of a snooze fest, but the second round more than made up for it. Both fighters were throwing everything they had at each other, and the violence reached a whole new level when Sobral opened a deep cut on Heath's head with a series of brutal ground and pound strikes. The gash continued to bleed profusely as Sobral kept reopening it, making it a truly difficult sight to watch. Sobral's hand was covered in so much blood that it looked like he was holding a knife, which is a strange thing to say, but it was that brutal. Finally, in the second round, Sobral locked in an anaconda choke and forced Heath to tap out. Sobral was happy, but it didn't last long. The UFC ended his contract because he kept holding the submission even after the referee stopped the fight. Nathan cleverly was on the brink of defeat in round 4 against the powerhouse Sergey Kovalev. The Russian knockout artist had already sent the champion to the canvas twice in the third round, leaving his legs weak and his balance off. Despite the odds against him, Cleverly showed the heart of a champion and refused to back down. As Kovalev got closer to the finish line, Cleverly's corner had to make a very important choice. In a moment that tested the limits of Cleverly's determination and resilience, the corner made the brave call to send him back out for round 4. With the audience on their feet and the tension at an all-time high, they bravely faced the challenge. In a true test of willpower, Cleverly made it through the round without getting permanently hurt. His fans were amazed by his bravery. Even though no one knew what would happen, Cleverly's bravery and heart will never be forgotten. Wow, watching one of the greatest boxers of all time, Roy Jones Jr., get knocked out repeatedly over the years has been tough to handle as a fan of the sport. But the moment that really hit me in the gut was when he faced the up-and-coming cruiserweight, Denis Lebedov, in Moscow in 2011. Back in the day, there's no way a prime Roy Jones Jr. would have ever considered Lebedov as a sparring partner. But man, Lebedov proved to be a tough and skilled fighter, easily overpowering Jones. At the end of round 10, Jones was unsteady on his feet, bent at the waist, and clearly unable to defend himself. He was just waiting for the next knockout blow. That's when my heart sank, and I realized how far Jones had fallen. But it was a class act by Lebedov to see that Jones was done, and kudos to legendary referee Steve Smoger for quickly jumping in to stop the fight. These moments serve as a reminder that while combat sports can be thrilling and entertaining, they can also be incredibly dangerous. What do you guys think? How did you enjoy the video? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Stay curious for the next one.